Adjectives and adjective order. Well, this is a topic for today. Welcome. This is me, Miss Celia, and this is ABS English Academy. Today, we will talk about adjective order. But well, first of all, what is an adjective? You know, an adjective is that word that you can use to describe something, to give some qualities to something or somebody. Of course, we always use adjectives for nouns. I mean, people, animals, things, or places that exist, and you can use them. For example, the adjective beautiful can be used with a person. This is a beautiful person. This is my beautiful girlfriend. This is my beautiful house. This is my beautiful pet, etc. And by the way, beautiful is an adjective. So well, now let's talk about this adjective order. First of all, you need to know that there are two types of adjectives: fact adjectives and opinion adjectives. Beautiful is an opinion adjective. So well, let's talk about fact adjectives. Fact adjectives are, for example, the adjectives you use about size, about age, about shape, about color, about material, and purpose. These 6 are options for fact adjectives. So now, keep in mind this. You are used to hear little old school. Little old school. That's correct. But we don't usually hear, old little school. That's strange. That's weird. Old little school? No, it doesn't sound right. We usually say, little old school. So how is that possible? Well, about these fact adjectives, we need to follow a specific order. So, first of all, you're going to tell adjectives about size. For example, little, small, huge, size. And then you're going to use age. For example, new or old. After that, we usually use the shape: square, rectangular, circular, etc. And then you can use color and material. Color, red, yellow, pink, black. And material, for example, brick, cement, etc. And at the end, you use the purpose. So in that specific order, you need to place all your adjectives. Of course, now I'm talking about at least 6 adjectives and then the noun. Well, keep in mind, try not to use more than 3 adjectives at the same time. But well, if we follow this rule, look at the next example. It was a little old square red brick elementary school. But of course, in real English, try to use only 3 adjectives plus a noun. Well, let's move to the next part. Now, we need to talk about opinion adjectives. Opinion adjectives are usually before fact adjectives. And these opinion adjectives are words that you share to give your opinion. For example, something is clean, good, bad, interesting. It may be nice, smart, awful, beautiful. All of these are opinion adjectives. So again, first, if you have an opinion in a fact adjective, you need to use the opinion adjective. For example, are delicious, that's the opinion. For you, it's delicious. And then the fact, square, chocolate, and the noun, brownie. Let's see the next example. A funny, new stand-up comedian. Comedian is a noun. Or an ugly, old plastic bag. So again, today we learned that we have 2 types of adjectives: fact adjectives and opinion adjectives. In real life, we're going to use at least 3 adjectives together plus a noun. First, we need to place the opinion. Delicious, funny, ugly, beautiful, interesting, disgusting. And then we're going to place the fact adjectives in the order we previously mentioned. And finally, a noun. So well, I believe this was an interesting English class. Now it's time to practice.